I guess our audio ain't don't want to play today. Fuck it. Stupid ass bitch.
Damn, we just lost our intro and everything, huh? Just going
Yeah,
live.
it's like, nah, I don't want to play, bro. Like, no way, it's not happening today. Yeah,
Well, it does say we're recording live, so
yeah, it does. All right, fuck it. You know what? Today's a special
We're
day
live.
with things to celebrate, things to recognize. It's on this day a year ago we recognized the Montgomery Brawl.
let's give it up.
Man, what a jam! What a jam!
It really is.
Yes.
Oh my god, bro! There's people coming out the house. I should have faded that out a little better, but it's all good, man.
Yeah.
We was talking about. I was like, man, I got a perfect song for this discussion.
You know, we're just here for the good times, people. That's what we're here for. We're here to have
Facts.
fun, fuck around, talk some good stuff. We're just out here for the month of August. Just want to catch up with my homies over here. We got T in the house tonight. We got Delvin. Out here Chalfie, Olympic gold Chalfie, that is. I've been watching tons of Olympics, man.
Same, man. Same.
I am definitely like those fucking memes that are like, you know what? Any other day, fuck U.S.
Fuck
everything
America.
going on here.
Until it gets to
The worst. Yeah, and then I'm out here like a fucking eagle with two fucking AKs. USA, USA. These colors don't run. Fuck you, everybody.
Yeah.
Take that,
That's how it
France.
used to be.
Take that, everybody.
It's never France. No. The op now is Australia.
Oh, that's true. That is true. Because we
They
were back.
just keep playing bitch, and they got to get disrespected now.
Hey, I'm just saying. Over the weekend, it was the duel in the pool. So it was going down. And then we got the rugby situation. You know what? Hey, we see you. We coming for you.
Well, no, did you not hear about? Okay, so it was this Australian swimmer
Mm-hmm.
who didn't make the Olympics, mind you. So it's just talking out the side of her neck.
Mm-hmm.
Who was like, I hate when the Americans win. All they do is play that cowbell and shout USA, and I don't want to hear their anthem and blah blah blah. And they played that shit for Michael Phelps, who was like, bruh, this made me want to come out of retirement
Wait, it made him want to pop out?
and show niggas. And so like all throughout this Olympics, if you're on TikTok, it'll just pop up. It'll be some Australian talking about why are Americans showing off why are their medal count? They got it where they showing all their medals and not just their gold medals and blah blah blah. Australia has made up a beef with us that didn't exist before, but now it exists. Motherfucker, we coming for you. So right now,
Damn, we're about to have USA and France.
the medal count is 78 overall medals for the United States of America. 20 of those are gold. Now let's take a look at Australia's situation. Let's just peek. Let's look at their full medal tracker. Australia has 13 gold, 33 overall. We have twice. It's twice the gold. It's twice the medal count of Australia. But Australia's like they should only count the gold as if that's what we've ever done.
Right.
They say it as if we are. They say it. They say people are saying it as if we are, as if we're lying about what we happened. But like, bro, we do got 78 medals currently in these Olympic Games.
Yeah.
So,
Plus, you better recognize like silvers and bronze because that's still you are top 3 in the globe.
like I said, I don't know if anybody ever had the audacity to talk shit on a bronze medalist. I think I'd have to really have to have a conversation with them because, like, bruh, where was you gonna be at in these Olympic Games?
Well, because the thing is too is you have to recognize that it's not you just stroll into the Olympics. You still have to qualify, like in many ways. So it's like you got to win shit before you can even try to win shit. So it's not just like it's a Wednesday and I'm about to pop in. You're not strolling in like homeboy from fucking Turkey with a hand in his pocket, just like
man, my bro. I feel like every Olympian should just be like, if nothing else, I was the best in my country.
Yes.
Let alone on the planet. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody there is the top of the fucking game of when it comes to their sport. It has to be respected.
Yeah.
And that's normally what we do with the Olympics here in the United States of America, even though you think we're counting medals weird. We just celebrate everybody because sport.
Yeah. This is the one thing we can, as Americans, get behind. Because for the most part, we don't agree on anything. Even if you are the same political party, there's still division. But this one, man, when it comes around to the Olympics, because it's funny, like every time the Olympics are coming up, my wife is like, "Are you gonna watch the fucking Olympics?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I fucking love the Olympics." And then she's like, "I don't know." And then we'll be watching gymnastics, and she's over here hooting and hollering and clapping. And then she's like, "I like gymnastics. I don't like anything else." And then I'll start watching swimming, and she's like, "Oh, this shit's going off, man! Like was it Chlorine Daddy or whatever that guy's name is?"
Chlorine Daddy.
Yeah, he was from fucking Romania or something. Hey, shout out to this guy because he's over here practicing in like the fucking YMCA pool, like,
Mhm.
and he's like, "Oh, I
Oh
love
yeah,
my-"
you said, and it's not. He has to basically do like chin lamps to get his hundreds off,
Mhm.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I saw this.
Like homeboy did his interview, and he like came out like in a faded black T-shirt. Where I was like, "Damn, you're a real one," because he didn't have logos. He was like, "Yeah, I was getting offers to go like train in the U.S., but these are my people. This is all I'm gonna represent." And I was like, "You know what? That's what it's all about.
That's
It's the
exactly what it
stories."
is. We love a good story, man.
Yeah. And so it's like when you see shit like that, it's like, I mean, it's like Smoking Joe saying right here, if you just make it to the Olympic qualifiers, it's a big deal. Let
Yeah.
alone a medal. Like, that's the truth.
Facts, man.
Because you know who couldn't do it? Me.
Me.
This guy. Best you get out of me is maybe I get off the sofa and cheer, but for the most part, I'm just like constantly going, damn.
I can't swim. I don't fuck with horses. Never shot a gun in my life. I have shot a bow and arrow, but that don't make me an Olympian. You know what I'm saying?
Seriously. But I will
I-
say, you know what? Like, they need to get rid of that horse shit. That's sleepy.
Bruh.
I don't want to see no
Crip
dressage.
walking horses is wild.
Okay, you know what? You now give it that title. I'm back.
No. That was Mr. DOW himself who described it as such, and I'm like,
Did he?
oh, you're right. Them horses out there crip walking.
Now that you said it, changed the game. I'm like, oh fuck,
They
man.
definitely are.
I didn't know they were out banging.
Watch them dressage horses
That
out there.
truly is.
Walk to this.
They're out here. Fuck, crip walking horses,
Problem.
man. All right, show title.
Respect that. Put that in your notes, Dan.
Man, save it for when I ask you later. What's the title?
One year post Montgomery Montgomery boat situation, man. When the hat went up in the air, for
Yes.
the security guard, it all came to seize upon that fucked up family that thought they was about to try to bug out.
Mm-hmm.
We celebrate that. We celebrate these Olympic Games. It's just, hey man, sometimes it's just dope to be American. So
Yeah.
that's another one when the country came together, because everybody was like, oh yeah, when my man was swimming off that boat to that dock.
Aquaman.
Yeah, Aquaman.
Y'all must have forgot, but I remember when that hat went up in the air and the call was made.
Mhm. Yes,
But he threw it up like Bobby Schmurder.
he really did.
I
It was-
appreciate that moment so much. Well, just the whole thing in general, because, and I know people kind of look at it one way and other ways, but the way you should look at it, in my eyes, is that is a situation that we've seen so many times turn out fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Like really, really bad. Like horrible.
All the way.
And this is the one time where we see for ourselves, not only did it not turn out bad, it was one of those times where we see us fight back.
Yeah.
And
It
get
was
get
an
back.
uprising, for sure. But like
Yeah,
in the positive, say like, oh, we ain't taking this shit no more. It's
Yeah,
not
because
happening.
if any other time, if there was one black man there and there's a bunch of white dudes there,
Mhm.
something bad was going to happen.
Yeah.
And,
There
and
is-
nobody probably never found out about it.
One of my sort of favorite things to catch every now and again is when I'm out in these streets and I see a black woman with a pair of folding chair earrings just on a random Saturday. I'm like, you know what? It's for you. You didn't stop. You don't just celebrate on this date. You are celebrating every day.
Mm-hmm.
And just by those earrings, she's letting you know, do not talk to me. Do not fuck with me. Because I ain't the one.
I appreciate, I respect it, because like I said, it could have turned out a lot worse.
Yeah.
And it didn't. and it turned to a glorious moment. Like it turned to a moment where everybody got together and enjoyed it, and just for like, you know, even white people was like, you know what, they was on some bullshit. They got what they deserved.
Yep.
Again, those people got arrested.
Yeah,
That don't happen normally. That's how
No.
you know they was wrong. And actually, nobody in that town seemed to fuck with them. They all hated that motherfucker. They was like, it was about time they got their ass whooped.
Yeah, they really, really were. They were just like, you know what, they deserved it. But you know, so much stuff though. Like, one, it took us back. I mean, we talked about this with like the Kendrick and Drake brief, where it was like it took us back to a moment of when Twitter was good. You know, when it was popping, and it was just memes and jokes and lines after lines, and then we had so many like raps come out of this too. Like I have a really good playlist. That's the Montgomery Brawl playlist that someone posts on Apple Music, and it's just banger after banger after banger. And I'm like, this fucking playlist is so good, man. Let me just read some of these. Nuck if you buck, never scared, head bussa, fight night, weak ass bitch, time to throw a chair, Ole do it, fuck the police, set it off, finito. Man, come on.
Annie Up should be a good one.
Come on,
Yes,
man.
Annie Up need
Hard
to
in
be
the
on that
paint. Move, bitch. Like, just it don't stop. It just don't stop. The fucking
You're not
playlist
gonna make
is
me
so
lose my
good.
mind.
Southern
list.
Hospitality.
Party Up, yeah. Party Up would be a dope one to have.
So I'm just saying, you know, like it's these fun moments, and then the contrast comparison too is this like the Olympics. This is those moments where we kind of come together again and just be like, you know what? Sometimes this is what it's about. You know, we put everything aside to be like, these are the rights, these are the wrongs, this is the good shit here.
Yeah, I agree. Sometimes you got to have these moments where you can just sit back and just enjoy things, man.
Yeah.
Enjoy it for what it is. Watching the Olympics and having some sort of pride in country and spirit. Watch out for trying to show us his dick. I don't know, so that
like he the French high jumper.
Hey, you know what? Dang, man's really did that, huh? He was like, listen.
Yeah. My man, I think he did that shit on purpose.
Right.
He was like, yo, let me show you what I'm working with.
Mhm.
On the grandest stage.
Yeah. He's like, you ever heard of boner alert? Watch out.
Yeah.
He's getting mad DMs.
Yeah, he definitely getting mad DMs.
But let's get caught up. Let's get back on track over here. Let's start off with Delvin over here, where the highlight for him lately has been going to the farmer's market.
Yeah, kind of like, you know, it's just been you know, it's been a busy couple of weeks, and I think this week was good because I didn't have that. Like last week, I tried to go, like, you know, spend time with the kids, and work happened in terms of, like, you know, having to have a meeting on Saturday with owners and stuff like that, and having to go do other work related stuff, so I didn't get to have fun with the kids. So this week we got to take time out and just go spend time at the farmer's market, like a big ass farmer's market, and had a lot of fun doing it, man. Just going out there.
Is it one of those where it's like a bunch of like pop-up tents, or is it like open air but they're permanent?
Both. It's
Okay.
big. It's big where it has pop-up tents and it has open air as well. And the cool thing about it is it like has like actual like restaurants in there where you can just grub out, like actual full restaurants in there we can eat. Like there's one that we went to. I'm trying to think of the name of it. It's called Dubs. And it's called Dubs because everything in there is it's a brunch place.
Okay.
And everything in there is $20.
Okay.
So, you know, you can just everything. No matter what you get there, it's gonna be $20, and it's kind of really cool concept. We went there. We like chicken and waffles. They had shrimp and grits and stuff like that. It's a really cool,
nice
little black-owned restaurant they eating there. You know, I know when people think of farmers market, they think of like the old days of like you're going to get fruits and vegetables and berries.
Yeah.
It's a little different than that. Yeah, it's a little. They have that there as well, but it was more so like, you know, you have like a string of like it's a bunch of small. All it is really is a bunch of small businesses together, almost like a flea market, essentially, at this point. So just a bunch of small businesses together selling stuff. Like you have people selling like the facial skincare treatments and things like that. You have them selling like the crystals, the healing crystals. You have some people selling anime apparel and stuff like that, anime T-shirts and jackets and things. It was like just a fun experience spending time with the family. And my girlfriend was there as well. So, her
Big.
spending time and bonding with the kids. So that was a really
Wait, when did she
fun
meet the
intimate-
kids? When was the first time she met the kids?
Oh, we did not have that conversation.
No,
did
we haven't, man.
No, we have not.
No. That's what I was like, oh,
Got me out the loop.
bring it back.
It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while since we last recorded. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, T and I recorded. You've been busy.
Yeah.
But you've
Yes,
also been
that's
busy.
true.
No, I'm not talking shit. I mean, you've had life
Yeah.
going on,
Yeah. It's been, we went to Universal Studios together.
Oh, shit. Tight.
That was like the big thing. Like, I was like, it's been a rough couple months. Summer's almost over. Let's do something big. So I said, hey, told the kids, let's go to Orlando. Because Orlando, I like going to Orlando because Orlando is a place I can go clear my mind, rest. And plus, the kids like going there because there's a lot of anime shops and
Yeah, I
comic
was gonna
book
say
shops
you already
there.
know how to navigate. Like you know your places
Yeah.
to go, your places to shop. You can do the touristy stuff.
Yeah, it's nerd central there. I don't know if people know that. Like for the anime, like Orlando, if you're like a geek in the geek culture and stuff like that, Orlando is really cool for that. There's a lot of comic book shops. There's a lot of video game stores. There's just a lot of everything there that's cool to go eat and stuff like that, to go to and hang out. So I said, let's just go have fun in the city.
Mhm.
I told the kids that, while I was there, I also said, let me see if my girl want to go. Because I rent a car and we'll drop there. So I told my girl, she said, yeah, I want to go.
Very nice.
So I was driving up there, and I was like, when we finally got there, I'm like, right before we got there, I said, let me check how much the prices of Universal tickets cost. Because originally I was gonna go up there to go there, but it was so high. It was like $200 per person when I first looked.
Wow, that's
it was
crazy.
like it was like that high. So I was like, I'm not going there. But the day of, I looked on the app. It was like $120 per person.
Mhm.
So I said, I could do that. So I ended up buying tickets to Universal Studios. We all went there, had a blast. Had a lot of fun. It was real fun experience, stuff like that. We got to do everything we needed to get. We were out of there like about noon.
Damn, that's quick.
Love to hear it.
Yeah. So then we went
You guys
from
do like the fast pass type of stuff?
No, the thing about it is if you go early enough,
Oh yeah, you just whip
Don't
through.
need-
you go, here's the key, tip people. You go early enough, do single rider.
Mm-hmm.
You can get on everything within 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I told my girl that the same thing, and she was like, I don't want to get on a ride without you. Like, don't worry about it, just do it, so we can get through the ride. And we went. I think the first ride we went on, right? I forgot what it was. It was Transformers, and it was like a 30-minute, 45-minute wait early in the morning, and because she wanted to get on it with me. And after that, she was like, you know what? We should do single rider.
Yeah.
I said, I know. That's what the fuck I said in the first place.
Because there's still a pretty good chance, like 2 of the 4 in the group will be together.
And this is the thing. When we got to Disney World, I gave my kids some money. Well, Universal. I said Disney World. I gave them some money and said, hey, go do what you guys want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Go
You're
run
already
around the
big enough.
park. You're old enough. You're independent. You got your phone. This is like this is gonna be your first real experience to just experience the park as almost adults by yourself without dad watching you. Go do what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really cool. So they got to spend time doing what they want to do. And me and my girl got to spend time doing what we want to do. And it was
Nice.
pretty fun experience.
And everyone got along. Everyone had a good time.
Yeah, everybody had a great time. Let me tell you the shit bullshit my kids was on, right? So I gave them money.
Uh-huh.
Like not a little money, a decent amount of money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So me and my girl
Delvin didn't want to look like a cheapo. He was like, listen, I'm dropping stacks, baby. That's how I live.
No, not because of that. I say this for a reason.
Not because of that.
I said
What
this
he's
for a
saying
reason.
is he's still bragging because he didn't say no. He just said not because of that. So he
No,
dropping stacks.
No, let me tell you what happened.
All right.
So we go through the theme park and stuff like that. Me and my girl went to Simpsons Land. They have Moe's Tavern and stuff like that.
Nice.
Had a flaming Moe.
Moe's.
We went and got I got a Krusty Burger. It was really good.
Yeah.
So we're leaving, right? And my kids are like, we're so hungry. I'm like, why the fuck are you hungry? You had money to get food.
Yeah. I legit
Oh,
gave
but the
you
food's
cash.
here expensive.
It's not your money.
Like I said, oh, I see the play here. You just didn't want to spend the money I gave you on
Right.
food. You wanted me to buy the food.
They're like, oh no, we're splitting this.
Like, no, they're like, we don't want to buy the food. We want you to buy the food. Like,
They were over here
yeah,
like, what's the cheapest thing in the park? They split a churro.
yeah, that's exactly what they were like. We're like, what's the cheapest thing in the park? We're not buying any food. We're gonna hold out and starve ourselves until we leave,
Drinking
so he
water,
can buy
fountain
food.
water.
Like you cheap bastards. I have money. You can buy food. You're gonna rather starve yourself. It's not like I gave them each $5 each. No, you have enough money to buy food and enjoy yourself and still have money for souvenirs and stuff like that. Y'all
like-
choose to starve. We're like, no, we want you to pay for the food.
Damn, they really hustled you. You still bought them food though.
Yeah, I'm not gonna starve
See?
after we got the park. Because of course, the thing about it is, once I leave the park and stuff, like they're like, we're so hungry. Then my girl, oh, I'm hungry. Like you just ate. How are you hungry when you just ate? You were
Everybody
with me.
played
We
Delvin.
ate together.
Yeah.
Like, yo,
You should you should have pulled into the grocery store and got a box of just some Kraft macaroni and cheese. Been like, this is
I was
what
about
you
to
get,
get
cheap
a bunch of
motherfuckers.
like some ham and cheese sandwiches.
Hey, that's the move. We used to go to
Right.
amusement parks. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You just would pack a cooler full of joints.
Hey,
You ain't wrong.
because of that, to this day, I love a warm like sandwich. Not a toasted, not a heated up, because it's like my mom would pack them in the morning, but by the time we went back to the car to get the food, it's like they kind of warmed up a little bit. I mean, I probably got all kinds of fucking stomach viruses because of it. Warm mayo and
Oh, it
shit.
just made you harder, bro. Made you more like
Right,
more
this was
sturdy against the
resilient.
thing.
But it was like the cheese melted into everything, and it was just like, it was a beautiful mess. And so it's like, to this day, if I can get my sandwich like a little room temp, it's a fucking hit. Now, off of what you're saying, the comedian Sam J.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so she
She's
was
dope.
talking about, she said something like, she's like, I can't eat like vegan and organic. She's like, my body only knows like GMO and processed foods and toxins. So if I were to she's like, that's why I don't get sick, because all that, like, she's all those preservatives in my body have preserved my body. She's like, so if I were to put something healthy in here, it would send me into shock. Like, what the fuck is this, man? She's all, that's when I would die, because all my preservatives are gone. She's all, so I drink Coke every day, I eat chips every day. She's like, because I ain't gonna die. She's all, that's the hood diet.
That is true. I made the joke that no one got on PSVG about Jim Jupiter, the healthiest man in Chicago from the Married with Children episode.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember that where Peg won like a day to spend with him where he's supposed to teach her how to exercise, and she ended up teaching him how to eat junk food, and he ate so much junk food he ended up dying in their house
Oh shit.
because he was so healthy for so long that the junk food had a negative effect on him and it just killed him immediately. Had a heart attack. Great episode of Married with Children. I don't know why I remember that episode.
Yes, it's very specific, man.
There's always some wild ones of that show that just stick.
Mhm.
I remember just one part of American I recall clearly is like they had a little kid on there for a little bit, you remember? But then like
Yes,
the next season they
7.
didn't have him. And then at one point they do a close up on a milk carton that says, "Have you seen me?" and it's 7 on the side of the milk carton.
Mhm.
It's a hilarious joke.
Yeah.
That's like Judy from Family Matters.
Oh, like when
Judy went upstairs and never came back down.
that's it. Yeah, just like that was it. It's
that was
still
it.
up in her room. Yeah, a lot of shows back in the day did weird shit like that, where they were just
And then
like,
when-
"Yeah, I'm gonna go
and
get
then
my
when she
sweater,"
came back down. She became
Zero.
a porn star.
or that, or they come back downstairs the next season, a whole new person. Like,
Yeah.
wait, what? You
Or
weren't
they just
even the
come
same
back like
shade. You guys didn't even try.
like that Viv.
Yeah. So weird. But
I love sitcoms. Sitcoms are great.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
No,
yeah,
for sure.
I had a lot of fun. It was a great time, man. They really bonded together. They were enjoying each other. I was telling my girl, I was like, you could tell they like you when they start cracking jokes with you, especially when they start cracking jokes about their dad with you and cracking jokes on you. Like, they like you. That's a good sign.
Yeah. No, I'm glad they all got along, because that's a huge moment for everyone to kind of interact and like just kind of mingle along. How's the house coming along?
Oh, it's coming along pretty good, man. Honestly, it's coming along actually great, man. It's still got a lot of stuff to move over there, but that's still a process, and going through that and figuring things out in terms of how I'm gonna set things up. But yeah, I've got a lot of memorabilia and stuff over there now. Like I was talking to Otis and Mike from the What Up Though podcast about I have the Good Times picture in my living room.
Nice.
That's fucking awesome.
What was that? Ernie Johnson? His name Ernie Banks.
I think it is.
Yeah.
The Sugar Shack.
Yeah.
Picture.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they was like, that's the blackest shit you possibly can have in your living room. And I'm like, it was either that or the Notorious Big with the crown on his head.
Oh shit! I mean, why can't you have both?
Got a shoe. I have
Ernie
it
Barnes. Forgive me. Let's put respect on my name. Ernie Barnes.
Yes, I have that, and right next, I have the Sugar Shack picture, and right next to it, I have an autograph picture of Lando Calrissian, aka Billy D. Williams.
Nice.
Yes.
And I also ordered, because when we went to Orlando, we went to a record store.
Okay.
We was at a record store there, and this guy's a fucking tease. I don't know what the fuck happened. He had, when I bought Noriega's album there while I was there, I bought Noriega's first album there, and he had a radio, a Michael Jackson radio, which I've never seen before.
A Michael Jackson radio?
Yeah, it was. It was from the '80s, and apparently, in the '80s, they made like these Michael Jackson radios, like these, old school radios, like handheld radios, but it had Michael Jackson's face on it.
Nice.
Crazy.
It was like so weird. I'm like, yo, I kind of want this.
Yeah.
So I took it to the front, like, hey, how much is it? Like, it's not for sale. Like, well, why the fuck is with everything that's for sale?
God,
it's not supposed to be there. It's not like it's on the shelf for sale. Like yo, he's like, no, it's not for sale. Nothing like that. So I'm like, you motherfucker.
You're like, I'm literally looking at it.
Yeah, it's right. It's like right here for me to buy. You won't let me buy it. It's like that Kevin Garnett that meme. Why would you show me some shit I can't have?
Yeah.
So when I got back to Miami, I looked it up on I was looking it up on eBay, and I was gonna get one. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the one. Like, this is so weird, but it's cool.
You know what's wild is it's an AM radio.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's so weird. It's like a relic in pop culture.
Yeah.
So when I was looking it up, right, I typed it in eBay, and that came up. But what also came up was the Michael Jackson dolls that I did not know existed.
No, those I knew about.
Those I knew about too. Yeah.
The LJN Michael Jackson dolls. I'm like, holy shit, this is the thing. So for those who don't know, I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. So I'm like, yo, I saw the one with the Thriller jacket. Yep. I'm like, I am getting this fucking doll. And I am displaying this in the house. Yes, that is the one. I'm like, I'm buying this. Yeah. And I'm displaying this in my house. This is
it's not for sale. Not for sale.
Yeah. I found a few on eBay. There's like for some reason, there's like several with no shoes. Like, they lost the shoes. What y'all doing with Michael Jackson's shoes?
You know what? That makes sense, though. Those are like the first things to get lost.
Yeah. So I ended up finding a couple. I found two. I ended up getting two. I got the one with the Thriller jacket on, and I got the one, I want to say, with the glove, like Billie Jean. Like, these are, one of them, I think the Thriller one is still in box. That's why I got that one.
Nice.
So I'm gonna play one of them in the box and one out the box. Like, this is pretty cool.
You gotta try to be on the hunt for these outfits too. Is this like the Billie Jean outfit? They're like, you can get all the outfits separately. That's kind of ill.
That it is. it's kind of ill, man. I kind of really dig it, man. You know, I got like,
I like it.
for those who haven't seen, I have like a pretty large collection of things in my house, whether it's comic books, I have statues, I have a whole bunch of things in my house. So
Man, this fool has a whole arcade. What are you talking about?
yes, a whole arcade cabinet, you know, and I talked about it on Nintendo Shack. I bought the X-Men '97 cabinet,
Nice.
and because it was on sale for Prime Day, so I got that one in the house as well. So yeah, man, everything's been. I've been doing a lot of different things for the house. I told y'all I got y'all saw the deck and everything that I built up. I got built. I also got like a little waterfall for outside.
Okay.
That's really cool. But I also got, I talked about this on PSV, a projector and a giant 100-inch screen.
Sir, how very funny. I just came through with a projector yesterday. Yesterday was me and Vanessa's anniversary. Bought a projector because I thought I wanted to project the movie we were going to on our first day. We watch it every year, just Dark Knight Rises. And I was like, man, I would love to see this, projected. And I was like, well, then they can get a projector. So I go get a projector. We watch it on the projector. By the time the movie's over, she's like, you can take that back now. And I'm like, okay, dear. So that went back to Best Buy today.
She's like, this was a moment, this was romantic, and we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of wanted one because, with the deck and stuff. I was like, you know what? It'd be pretty cool to just sit outside and watch movies. And on the big screen like we're in a theater, but, just outside eating popcorn and stuff. Now the cats are fucking gone.
It was very hard. The one I got was very hard. Not hard. It was just challenging enough to set up to get to the right distance and the right angle and stuff like that. But once I got it, like I said, once I got it, I thought it was kind of nice, and I was like, "Yo, I think this is kind of nice." And she disagreed, and because I got it for her, she went down with it, and who am I? So I'm glad I'm not the only one who got projector on their mind and in their heart, man. It's just
I got the projector, and I had $100 Kohl's gift card, right?
Nice.
I got like a while back, and I'm like, there's no fucking Kohl's by me. I'm never going to use it. And it so happened that I was passing by a Kohl's, like, oh, there's a Kohl's right there. Let me go there.
You're like, shit, okay, here we go.
And I found some rock, like speakers that look like rocks.
Yeah,
that you can use outside.
Yeah.
That I can hook up to the projector. So my whole idea is I can go one day. I told my girl one day you can come over. We'll just watch movies outside because the projector is Wi-Fi enabled, and if you could put like Vudu and Amazon Prime on there and stuff like that, so I'm like, we can just watch like movies that we can come over and watch Bad Boys 4 outside.
Yeah,
like we're in the theater and just chill out,
Get bit by mosquitoes, all that.
Oh, I bought a bug zapper too just for that.
There you go.
I thought of everything.
My man's thinking ahead over here. He's like, taking care of business.
Yeah,
my man lives in Florida. You got to be ready with the bug zappers. You got to spray some off on you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah,
he's got the citronella candles burning romantically.
But yeah, man, it's been really, really good. It's kind of cool having your own house in terms of like house that you own that you can kind of build up on and add stuff to and kind of like just sit back and enjoy.
Yeah. I mean, that says to me too. We got to do a So Tell Me sometime soon as well, just to catch up on the background stuff. But like, I'm glad. One, you can hear it in your voice. Like, you don't sound like.
There's a bit of relief in there.
Yeah. It's just a little lighter. It's not as tired. Not to say you were like beat down, but just, I mean,
it was a lot at once.
Yes, it's a lot to do.
It still is. It's just different types of stress, but it's not as bad.
But just to have a place now where one, like, you can stretch your legs. Like, you are in your space. You're not dealing with the ex's situation probably as much as you were before. But it's not like 100% all the time. Whereas now you got some distance. I mean, there's definitely like changes with like a new job, a new location, but it seems to be doing you well. Like, that's a really good thing. Like, I'm happy for you, man. That's really good.
Yeah, it's really relaxing to just go in your house and just turn everything off and not have to worry about anything. The kids, they done start setting up their room. and they like love their room because they got their room their own way they want it to be set up and stuff like that. They're like, yeah, this is kind of dope. Like we kind of
So
dig it.
how often are they between the two places?
Well, my ex was out of town for the last couple weeks,
Okay.
so they've been at my house the whole time.
Okay.
So they were really digging that, just having their own room and their own space and being to themselves and just kicking it back. And we've been doing things as a family every week too, like because now that my grandma's gone, there's a hole there, but it's also opened up our Saturdays, so we still just go. Now we just go out early in the morning and do things like like I said, we went to Universal Studios one week. This week we went to the farmers market. Last week, Delvin's computer messed up, so we took it to the shop. We were going to go to the farmers market after that, but work called and stuff like that. And the week before that, was it the week before that? It might be mixing it. The day before that, actually, I think it was. We saw Deadpool and Wolverine together.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been constantly doing stuff, and they kind of really been digging, being outside. Oh, I got an interesting story for y'all. I almost forgot. So, after we leave the farmer's market, right, we take my girl home, and, we take my girl to go to, because her daughter works at a Wingstop, and her daughter had her car. So we take her to the Wingstop so she can pick up her car so she can go take the car to go visit her mom because her mom was in the hospital that day. Her mom wasn't feeling good. Mom's out now. Mom's good.
Good.
So when we dropped her off there was a Five Below like right there. My daughter was like, I want to go to the Five Below. Okay. So all of us go to the Five Below. So they don't really know this area that well because we're not like my girl stays like in Plantation, which is extremely white area. But yeah.
Yeah, I was like, wait, hold on.
Henceforth the name Plantation.
Right into that name, wasn't it?
Henceforth the name Plantation.
I was like, wow, they didn't even hide it, huh? They're like, listen,
pretty much.
Here we go.
So we're in the Five Below, and I'm just walking around looking at stuff, and this guy comes up to my daughter and starts talking to her.
Oh, what?
So I'm like, I have a choice. I can go over there and be crazy dad and snap. Or I could just let it play out and watch and make sure my daughter's okay. Just don't embarrass her, essentially.
Now, is this guy like in her age range or like not even close?
He looks older because of the beard.
Okay.
But he talks and acts like he's like 17.
Okay.
So he's like and he looks like he's 17. He just has a beard. So they're like close to the same age. And so because they're close to the same age, let me sit there and watch that and see how it plays out. But I'm gonna be right there.
Yeah.
Watching this scene, making sure he don't say nothing slick. So he's talking to her, he's conversating with her about like anime and nerdy shit. And that's how I knew he was a kid. Like, he's actually like 16. He's like 16 and he doesn't know how to talk to girls. He's shy, he's bashful and stuff like that. So he's talking to my daughter and stuff like that. She's being polite. They have a good conversation, and then he goes on his way. Doesn't ask her for numbers, nothing like that. He doesn't get out of line.
The talk
Very
is done.
respectful young man.
Moving.
Yeah, he kind of like he tried to talk to her, but I guess he saw it wasn't going nowhere, but just on a friendly tip. So he's just like, "Oh, you have a nice day." It was a great conversation to talk to you about anime and stuff like that. He left. So I talked to my daughter, said, "Hey, everything okay?" He's like, "Yeah, he was nice. He just would talk about anime and nerd stuff." Like, yeah, glad you handled that situation very well.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you were, my daughter's kind of antisocial. I'm like, glad you were having a conversation with another human being and you were respectful. He didn't get out of line and you let him know his boundaries.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's good. I didn't have to worry about this one.
Yeah, fair enough. Everything's all right.
Yeah. But, it was a realization for me as a dad, like, yeah, she's older now. she's not a kid. You know, she's a kid in my eyes. She's always gonna be like that little kid.
Yeah.
But she's gonna be 17 this year.
Yeah.
So there's
People gonna be
points
talking to
where-
her. She might be talking to people.
Yeah, there's gonna be points in time where there's gonna be guys and girls who are gonna talk to my daughter.
Yeah.
That's the thing that we have to deal with and understand. I think the key to it now is knowing when to step in if I'm there.
Yeah.
And when not to step in.
Yeah, because you could have easily gone in and then been like, "Hey, motherfucker, like, what's going on?" You know,
Yeah.
and then it's embarrassing, it's awkward, you know. So you kind of do have to gauge it a little bit, you know, because you want to be there to protect and not be like, "Oh, I just let any fucking creeper come through," and then just like analyze it, you know. But like I said too, if she's a little bit like has some difficulty talking to people as well, it's like let's see how this works out. Let's give you a chance to kind of navigate these waters.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. Just making sure I don't make her feel awkward.
Yeah.
Or anything like that, embarrass her and with people and stuff like that. So just like, you know, now if something was to happen where she felt threatened, then easily I'm right there to jump right on that. But you know, didn't
Now,
feel threatened.
What about Delvin Jr.? Is he spitting game like his dad? What?
I don't know where the fuck he was at. He was like in that dude was like, I don't know where he was at. Like, I'm like, you wasn't with your sister when all this shit was happening? Like, he was nowhere to be found.
He's like, I was in the candy aisle, man. What the fuck are you talking about? He's like, listen,
That's what he was doing.
He's like, I got all this money from Universal Studios.
Yeah,
I just spent it at Five Below.
Buying fucking Skittles. Leave me alone,
Skittles,
Dad.
Man. He's like, they got banana and alligators. The fuck are you talking about? I'm about to buy these.
For real. But yeah, it was an interesting time, man. Just like
I say that because I love banana and alligators, and that's the only place I can find them.
I haven't had those.
She's fucking dying.
Banana and alligators took me straight back.
I haven't had those in years.
Also, ugh, no thank you.
Nah, man. Fucking,
No thank you.
I know it's weird, but it's one of those, like, if there's a banana flavor, I'm like, I'll fucks with that. I don't know why. It's so weird. Like, the banana runs, sure, give them to me. The banana and alligators, I'm with it.
You know the history of that shit? You know about the banana runts?
What?
Okay. And probably a lot of banana candy. Banana runts taste like a banana that don't exist anymore because it got killed off by a banana fungus.
Oh, which is now killing our current
trying
bananas.
to work out current bananas too.
Yeah.
Because it just happened. So that's why banana runts don't taste nothing like bananas, but they do taste like old bananas
Classic
that
bananas.
don't exist anymore.
Damn, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
That is crazy. I did not know that. What about
also
banana
don't eat
bar?
Bananas.
I'm not even aware. What the hell's the banana bar?
It's
Hey.
ice cream.
Pause.
I don't know if that's sir. I don't believe that's pause worthy.
I don't know. He's going to the wiener spot.
Here, nope, that didn't do enough. So banana bar ice cream. Maybe I should have put like.
Was it like a
frozen
chocolate dip or
confection.
something?
No, it's just like a regular ice cream that just tastes exactly like a banana. It's
I'm
made
gonna
like
throw it in the chat. You tell if this is the right one.
They're very good, by the way.
Well, or is it like where it's like the frozen piece? Like my wife does a banana.
You would
like,
get it off of
cream.
the ice cream truck, usually.
All right, is it? I threw it in the chat, y'all. Let me know if that's
That is not it, but that looks good.
Okay.
Huh? Maybe they modernized it, but because the inside looks like the banana bar.
Mhm.
It looks like that. The inside looks just like that, but it didn't have chocolate on the outside. It was like a round shaped stick. Yeah, that looks pretty good though.
Crazy. I do not know.
But it's very good.
Well, let's flip over to T now. T, you've been on some adventures.
I have, man. I mean, speaking of farmers market, me and the fellas, and celebrating Anthony's third, soon to arrive third child.
Mm-hmm.
Hopped in the box wagon and the box ride, and then headed east to Philadelphia, where they had the Reading Terminal Market, gorgeous old market, just massive and full of different stalls and foods and so forth. So on is a real nice kind of spot to kick it at.
Stay from there.
What's up?
How far did you guys stay from there?
A block and a half, not even.
So Because remember last year I went to Philadelphia,
Yeah, for a
and
teacher
so
situation. Yeah.
it's the terminal market right next door is like the convention center,
Yeah.
and then right in front of the convention center was the hotel I was staying in.
Nice. Chinatown, Chinatown like right there. It's popping
Mhm.
right there.
Mm-hmm.
We stayed at Airbnb in Chinatown right there.
So you were just like in a sense like the opposite direction.
Yeah. Like it was a real quick walk to get to the market from where we were
Very
staying.
walkable city, like
Very much so. I got my steps in for sure on that little mission, man. So it was a good time to be had there, bro. I've been to Philly before, but saying I didn't stay that long and didn't have that great of experience there. But this go around was very nice. I'm with my homeboys, and basically, like I said, we just was like whatever Anthony wanted to do, we do it. And so we got to go to this spot he heard about forever called Federal Chicken and Donuts. And so it's a little spot. They sell, not little at all, because I guess they got spots all around Philly, but they sell donuts and chicken. Real good donuts, real mid chicken. Mid. Yeah, it was mid. I'm just stick to it. I'm gonna be real with you. Yeah.
Like I'm gonna call what it is.
Yeah. We got to go to like I said, that Reading Market. We got to go. We saw Deadpool and Wolverine ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So saw a 3D. I ain't been to a 3D movie in a while, but that's the only one we can get seats to. We Box has got back into if you don't know, Box is one of the hosts of the other podcast I do, Straight Country Milk. I don't know if just in case you're new to the game, but he has gotten back into playing Magic the Gathering. So he had found a game store that he wanted to go to. So he's like, it ain't that far. We can walk it. It's walkable. So we walked over to it because he was like, it was also a record store, but I already knew what it was. I'm like, you telling me it's a Magic the Gathering store and a record store? It's just going to be a bunch of metal.
Yeah.
And it was a bunch of metal and video game soundtracks and anime soundtracks, which dope, but not my kind of record shop. Yeah. Luckily, on the way as we strolled there across the street was a record shop called Crate Diggers.
Oh, shit.
And that was more to my liking. So and so that was dope. And we ended up, like I said, just hopping a Uber to go back to where we are, because it's like, yo, this movie starting by this much time, and I don't know if we're gonna make this walk happen, because though walkable, it was hot as balls this time of year, and gross, and there are events happening around the city, so lots of little streets were cut off like you can't walk through here. So
yeah,
we just ended up hopping a Uber back, or I don't know what. Lyft, I don't know, one of those. a car service.
Yeah,
but yeah, man, just a good time and a good drive, and I very much said I enjoyed. I like we as a unit go on a trip just about every year, and I like that. You know what I'm saying, me and the homies can do that, and this was just this year's trip, and this year's trip to get eastward to Philly, and did our thing. Got to go kick it at Halal Brothers. Halal Guys, forgive me. Halal Guys is fantastic.
It actually really is. I have one down the street from me. It's pretty tasty.
Yeah. So I wish we had one here local, because I'd be on that shit. It was very
Halal Guys. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
What do they sell there?
Chicken and
fish pharma,
beef and so forth. Basically gonna make you a bowl.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure you can get a sandwich or whatever, but they're still gonna give you a bowl.
Bowls and wraps.
Gorgeous jasmine rice. It's so intensely flavored that it looks so orange. You're like, what the hell? They give me carrots? No, that's this rice that's been cooked to perfection. They're gonna give you a little lettuce. They're gonna give you some tomato. They're gonna be like, all right, you want all these other toppings? You got some hummus. You got some olives. You got this, that, and the third. And then they're gonna give you this chicken that they have cooked to perfection as well, and or beef, which some people say get both. But I don't eat red meat, so I just went with the chicken. And then they have what is called Halal Guys white sauce. It's a garlicky ass sauce, and everybody's like, "Yo, that sauce is the game changer for that." And so basically, it's like, if you get it, just get some extra because you go on it. And I did. I made a point to get the sauce. I was like, "Yeah, hit it 2 times, Elzar," and it was fantastic, man. It really was. It was like perfectly seasoned, delicious. I ate almost all of it. It was so good. Highly recommend. The closest one we got to us is in Pittsburgh, and it's on a college campus, which means it's not really available.
You can't pull up. You gotta trek in.
So, but if we get one in the near, get down with that. So that was real good. I'm like, word to Ann again, because like I said, that was just one of his things. He's like, yo, I want to eat there, and it was like, cool, sir. No, you ain't saying nothing but a word, my guy. So we did just that.
I like listening to the trip episodes when you have them because it's it's a wholesome trip. You know what I mean? It's not like these guys are really out there to like soak up a city and enjoy each other's company. So it's not like, man, we went out. I don't even remember last night. We were so trashed. It's like you hear them just like kind of. There's a bit of reminiscing. There's a bit of reconnecting. There's a like I said, it's like also enjoying like what does this environment bring to us, and so it's really nice to kind of be like it also reminds me a little bit of like early skim where you guys were like having lunch together, and
Yeah.
you hear just like you were in the room without
Yeah.
being in the room. And so I'm really into that. I really, really like it.
I super, and like I said, it's also very noticeable when we're together, it flows easier. The internet is what it is. I think we have fine conversations on these shows that we make on the internet, but it's nothing like and it's like I'm not one of them guys like you go back to the office, because actually I'm like very much fuck that.
Yeah.
But this is one of the situations where I'm like, I'm telling you right now, in person works better.
Yeah.
It just
also
does.
Box sounds way different. Like I thought you had a special guest on when he started talking, because I was like, whose fucking voice is this? It just sounded like it was a lot clearer, crisper, and like not as deep. It was brighter.
You can see it behind us. That's our when we're in person setup.
Okay.
And as you can see, those are very good mics.
Yeah.
It's a very good recording setup in general. And so we just we have better equipment.
Yeah.
So currently Box records on a Android tablet with a Xbox headset at home.
Because
his computer finally just was like, fuck you, I'm not doing this anymore. Because he needs to get a new computer, and he can't get a new computer yet. Well, I mean, he probably could, but it's simply like, nah, I ain't doing it. Because Box. So because I have Box, trust me, I have Box, a proper mic arm and a proper microphone at his house to use attached to a computer. But like I said, his computer has just got finally kind of aged out, and he is just, and he just doesn't feel the need to replace it. And so he's
not selling enough lube.
Yeah, you got to listen to these episodes to hear about him.
You know, and if you don't, you should probably be checking out Stage Cruncher book, because we be out there. But yeah, man,
that story was something.
Well, you know what? I'm just, I don't know. I'm grateful for the homies. I'm grateful for getting the kick and meet them, man. I'm saying one day we gonna do one of these, bro. Cause oh shit, what did I just do? All right, never mind. I was like, we will, like I said, me and Chaffee hung out together, and I wanted Chaffee to record with me, but Chaffee had hit his wall, so he's like, I'm going back to the hotel and I'm just gonna kick it.
I was so like, all right, this is a wrap.
This would have been the perfect week to come down there, honestly.
Well, hey,
SummerSlam weekend. I could have went to SummerSlam.
Bruh, Box got tickets and went. Well, he got a ticket and went, but also that's pretty dope to me. That, man, I could have put that under good to great, but that actually it flips different. Part of good to great is that everybody named Mama was in my city this weekend, and everybody was like, "Yo, this town is popping," and Rosenberg was here, and I fuck with that. I'm saying I met Rosenberg, and I fuck with his podcast, Wind Up His Life, and so forth, and just it was dope seeing people here celebrating the city I call home in a way that I'm like, okay, y'all out here appreciate what we doing, which is, I like that. I'm like, yeah, we're pretty good at what we do here, man. It's pretty great. Even though, oddly enough, that very stadium that they had SummerSlam in, that's where the Cleveland Browns play, and our owner is being a bitch. It's gonna be weird with you. He wants a new stadium. Mind you, that stadium is maybe 23 years old, so it's not an ancient building at all. You know what I'm saying? Stadiums, the Coliseum is still in Rome, people. Stadiums can last. But basically, he wants a dome. And there's a city, just one city over, depending on where you at, I guess, that is willing to kind of acquiesce to that. And I think that's dope, because we get a dome, we'll get a Super Bowl like easily, real easily, because Cleveland has a history. The Football Hall of Fame is just down the road in Canton. We get a dome, it's a Super Bowl on the menu within the next 10 years of that stadium being built. And so the mayor of Cleveland cut a deal, not cut a deal, but put a deal on the table that said, "Hey, here's what we can do to update the stadium, bring it up to scruff for you, and so forth and so on. And and here's why. Here's how it's not going to cost you much of anything, and how it's not going to cost the city, the people of the city, like taxes and anything like that. There, what we're going to do is we're going to charge more just for stadium and stadium type things. And it's a solid deal, about several hundreds of millions of dollars off that they have like come up on with that, but it won't be a dome." And that motherfucker really wanted to know.
Yeah.
And I can't blame him. We have had a history of horrific winters, and football goes into the winter. And and a dome actually probably would be good for this area for the way it is.
Yeah, you need a 24 or like a all seasons environment.
Yeah. Dome over the whole city.
The mayor also has a plan in place, and I was like, "That's what's up with this guy." Young dudes, and Mayor Bibbs, what's that his last name? I think so, of Cleveland. Young dude, man. And he also was like, "But if these motherfuckers dip out on us, here's what we could do with that lakefront, because that stadium sits right on the shore of Lake Erie." I got kicked out. What happened?
Yeah, all of a sudden it like reset.
Oh, well, there it is.
And then Dylan came back as me. Weird.
Yeah.
Well, but still recording, still live. All right, that's what's up.
Yeah,
there we go.
Keep it going. Okay, so it's waterfront.
It's right on Lake Erie, on the shore of Lake Erie. Right, it's next to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the Cleveland Center, Science Center, and then Cleveland Brown Stadium. And they were just like, "Oh, okay, well, let's just say that this motherfucker play bitch like we think he's going to. We're gonna tear it down. We got all this lovely waterfront property. We're gonna build some stuff here too." So it's a backup plan in place to keep the city on the good foot. And I love it, and I love that for us. And like I said, the football situation is not like, how, like, I don't know if you do know this, but the San Francisco 49ers play in another city, San Jose. Mm-hmm. They play a full like basically an hour or something away from where they claim is their home, where it's like you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
Whereas ours is literally going to be basically close to our airport, Cleveland, that airport, and like literally one city over, and it's like I can kind of ride with that one. It's not like this you have to go drive hours away. It's like, nah, it's like you can catch the train to Brook Park Rapid Station. You don't know that's what our train station here, and you can get to the new where the new stadium is going to be at. Cool. So,
nice.
Like I said, I just happen to be very proud of the way that the SummerSlam and stuff went. Dale, man, thanks for bringing that up. I'm saying, yeah. Like I said, hey, you could have went to what was it? It was SmackDown on Friday, and SummerSlam on Saturday.
Back to back.
Yeah. And everybody seemed to think, and I don't know, I'm not a wrestling guy no more, but everybody seemed to think it was a good SummerSlam. And the results and the events that happened around it, everybody was like, "Yo, that was a good, that was a good pay-per-view."
Yeah, it was fun.
Pay-per-view anymore. Yeah.
Premium live event, they call it now.
Okay.
You have to have it on Peacock. You have to have the cock.
Wow.
Yeah. See,
that could have got a pause, my guy. Not banana.
No, pause. Go forward.
over on my end, man, this was a really busy summer. We didn't take any trips. Like, we just did like a lot of local shit. But it was like since the last time we recorded, like, went to one of my staff members got married, and it was a really, really good event because so I think I mentioned this a few episodes back. Like, might have been like spring break. Like, when we went to DC, I did mention like one of my staff members, her mom had passed away, so we had like called her like on the spot. So they did a really good job of recognizing and sort of bringing in the mom who had passed away without overshadowing. So it was done like very, very tastefully. The environment was beautiful. Like, it was just like we weren't all stuck like in just like a room or a hall. It was like very outdoor, indoor, so people were just mingling wherever they wanted to. we were like taking. They had one of those like little like a Polaroid type camera, so you could take pictures and shit. And so as we were waiting, kind of getting it together, I'm talking to my wife and like a couple other my colleagues that are there, and then I'm like, "Is that a fucking pterodactyl?" And like in the background is like a whole ass like giant pterodactyl. So then I talked to the bride at one point. And I was like, "The fuck is up with the dinosaur?" And she's like, "Yeah, it's super weird, right?" She's like, "I didn't notice it till later." And I guess when they were building that facility, the the son of the owner like was super into like dinosaurs. She's like, so if you go further, there's a pterodactyl and there's like a fucking T-Rex. She's like, they're just little things he had built for his son, and he never took them down. And now they think it's kind of silly that they have this shit here. And I
Built
was
that
like,
shit in Jurassic Park.
right, yeah, it was fucking crazy, man. But so then, yeah, that was shit was just a blast. It was a really, really good wedding. We had a great time. Just man, people was dancing, drinking. It was good shit. And then my wife and I did like a foraging sort of thing. That shit was cool. Like that was really like I didn't know what to expect. Now foraging is just like going and looking for shit to eat, you know? And so it was all like we went up into like the Angeles Mountains, and not super far. Maybe a total of like I think it was like a 45-minute drive. And we get to the location where we're supposed to be, and then our guide was like, "Okay, we're just going to be in this little like 50-yard area." And he's like, "But I'm going to show you all the different things that are here." So then he's like, you know how you get those things in your socks, the cattails?" And we're like, "Yeah." He's like, "Look, boom." He opens it up. He's like, "It's red rice." And we're like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, we just don't know this." He's like, "This over here is this thing. This is that thing. Don't eat that. It's a hallucinogen. You will trip and shit yourself." Like he's just like breaking it all down. Um, he showed us this thing that was like kind of crazy. He's like, "Look at it. It's like on like eucalyptus leaves, and it looks like crunchy sap. Like if it was sap at one point that then got hard." He's all, "It's this little black bug on here, and that's the poop." He's like, "Now, don't get grossed out about it." He's like, "Because a lot of shit is like stuff you can eat." He's like, "The way the bug does it," he's like, "if you dry it out further and let it like sit in the sun," he's all, "it tastes like Rice Krispie treats." So then he had like a pile of it. That shit was Rice Krispie treats. Like it was fucking weird. And then at the end of this whole thing, as we were like picking different things, we had like a culminating lunch. And so not only is he a forager, like he's also like he's worked on like fucking Top Chef and stuff like that as like a consultant, and he's an
Oh,
artist. And so he's a really interesting guy because he was like, growing up, he's like, "I wanted to be an artist." He's like, "There's no money in art," and so I became an engineer. He's like, "So I was working on VR back in like I think he said like 79 or 80." He's like, "The early stages of VR." He's like, "And at that point it's the most basic. It's not the goggles yet. It's just manipulating stuff in a different realm." He's like, "And then I got into this, and then I got into that." He's like, "And now I just like do foraging and consulting and whatnot." So he's a really, really interesting guy, but you can see that he sees things from different perspectives. So then he made all of our like lunch for us, which is like a big like buffet style, and it was all like things that you can collect from that area. And it was just like it was a rad experience, just something really, really unique that I would have never tried, but also like shifted my perspective on things, because he's like, all of this is stuff that you see when you drive along the freeway that we ignore. And it was sort of like a commentary as well. He's like, we say like that food isn't accessible. He's like, but the reality is we rely too heavily on processed foods, packaged foods, on the go foods. He's like, when we ignore the foods that are right here. He's like, this plant, this is. He's like, you go to a restaurant, they're gonna charge you a lot of money for this little thing, that this little flower that tastes like broccoli. He's like, look around us, it's fucking everywhere. He's like, but they just tell you you can't find it. He's like, so it was very much an education. It was really, really cool. But then after that, we went to Erewhon and got some really like super expensive shakes. So that was the contrast there. Um, my son turned 16 on the 4th of July, so we did a block party, and it was fun. I just got the opportunity to play some music throughout the day, and then in the evening, the ladies were going hard in the paint, shaking their asses. So it was a fun time. Um, Went to Disneyland for Father's Day. Man, that was the move. Because I would told my wife, I was like, I kind of have a feeling it's going to be like a good time at Disney. I don't think it's going to be packed. So, because I think a lot of dads are at home behind the grill. So I think we might have the park to ourselves. And we did. Like, we were done with that park and California Disney by like, honestly, I think maybe like 8 o'clock. And then at that point, we did like Delvin, where it's like, hey, we're going to sit here for a little bit. You guys can go run off. And my kids did Matterhorn like 4 or 5 times. Like, and they were just like on their own for a moment. And then my wife and I just were just like just chilling for a bit, just kind of letting things be. So that was like that was really nice. And I love Disneyland. Like that's like one of my favorite places to go to. Because even though, like I say this all the time, like even though it's like smack in the middle of the city, like super super landlocked, it's like you don't feel like you're in the city stuck between freeways. Like it just is a whole different environment. So I fucking love it. And then got to go to a Dodger game, which is always fun. Like I rarely watch the game because it's just about eating and drinking and just being in the environment. But yeah, got to see Otani just crack a fucking sick home run. Um, and then one of my uncles, his wife had reached out to my wife, and they like coordinate. They live in Arizona now, and so they're like, hey, if you guys are gonna be in the area, their son was gonna be doing like a little league baseball camp at Dodger Stadium for like a week. So they're like, if you're gonna be around, let's meet up for dinner. And we're like, actually, coincidentally, we're gonna be there Sunday. And they're like, oh, we pull up on Sunday. Um, so we met up with them and then had dinner. And this uncle, my uncle Mike, is like is the sort of like biggest influence in like guiding me in music. So when we were kids, and he's like I think he's like 5 years older than me. So imagine him being in high school, me being in junior high. Like so, we were close enough to be able to be like into the same things. But he taught me like or exposed me to like hunting for music, buying the off music, trying giving something a chance, like seeing like let's just go shop. So he was the guy who used to come down to LA, go buy mixtapes at the swap meet, bring them back, and then be like, oh shit, here's Booyah Tribe. Here's Cypress. Like he put me onto so much stuff before it hit the radio because it was on all these fucking mixtape compilation tapes. Or we would just walk around like Santa Barbara and go to the different record stores and then just come home with stacks and then just be like, the cover was cool, might be whack, might be good, but we always found something new. And so it really gave me the appreciation to like the love for hunting for music and then just expanding genres too. So it was just nice to meet up with him and just talk to him and kind of just give him a little praise on like, man, you don't know like how much that was like a big influence on me and still like exists to this day. Like this is the root and the epicenter of the hunt, looking for shit, finding something new, and also not really like staying stagnant in music. I'm always like, well, what's the other thing? What's the next thing? Like I always kind of live on the philosophy of like, I got songs I really, really love, but I probably have like ignored my favorite song multiple times because I haven't found it yet. Because it's still sitting in the bin or it's the stream I skipped over. So it's out there somewhere. So that sort of mindset keeps me hungry for like looking for new music. Um, but that shit was super fun. That was like a ton of fun. And then we met up with them again at the like local swap meet. And our swap meet down here, the one we go to, which is Santa Fe Springs, is fucking wild. Like it is homie central, where it's like you do sock checks and these fools they are way above their knees. Um, and so they do music and stuff like that. They have like live concerts. You'll see like Tina Marie and shit like that play there. Old school jams like nonstop. But so we met up again. We had a couple like beers along the way and just kind of just enjoying the time. But you know, my uncle's wife was just like getting super hyped up and just making us laugh. But one of the funniest things she said that night was she's like, because we're like, man, you gotta chill, like you're too wild. And she was like, I'm on vacation, not probation. And I was like, yeah, that's fucking stupid, but it's fucking brilliant. So
she told you.
yeah, she did. So I was just like, what? When you put it in that context, have fun.
Kind of right.
Fucking, you know what? I can't be mad. I can't be mad. You came here for one thing, and that was to have a good time. So you have a good time. My wife and her took some of those like You remember like the old school, like in the mall, like glamour shots where the two girls are like back to back, trying to be
Yes.
hard.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Like
We were laughing because fucking
old 80s,
yeah, huh?
90s.
Yep, it was totally that look. But then at one point, fucking my uncle's wife is over here throwing up East Side. Like, just like, listen, you are like 50. Why are you throwing up gang signs? Should have me
Gotta let you know
dying,
still
man.
about that life.
Yep, and you know what? Can't stop, won't stop. And she threw it up smooth too, where it wasn't like a thought of like, wait, which way do my hands go? She was like, bah.
I still remember. There's
She's
certain
like,
people that you see at a certain age, you like, you know what? Let me not fuck with them.
yeah,
Like
right.
Snoop is a good example of that. Cause Snoop, like he seems all cheery and happy, but you know, at any point in time, that
he'll come.
old
He
Snoop
will
can
come
come
for you.
out.
Yes,
And it
yes.
could be a problem. That old Calvin Brodus would come out, the one who got charged with murder.
Mhm.
You know, like yo, let me chill out.
Yeah, straight up, straight up. But then, kind of leading into like my what's good to great was through all this, adventure of the summer. My daughter did her. She had a folklorico performance. Now, for those of you who don't know, like folklorico is it's traditional Mexican dances, and her organization does like different dances. So they could focus on specific regions, multiple regions, um, and so she had a big performance, and it was just like very like it was just like amazing to see her perform, and just really like every time she gets on the stage and is all done up, it kind of goes into like Delvin's story. It's like you see her transitioning out of being a child and like, oh no, you're a woman, you know, like you're growing, you are changing. She's just so much bigger, and so like it's just a different person, and so it's like it's nice to see her do her thing. And my daughter's really like persevered this year. I think I mentioned last time, she made the cheer team. She's doing this folklorico. She made the dance team with this as well. So it's like she's really like set goals and achieved her goals. So it was nice to just see her do this. My parents came down and watched her perform as well. So she was like, one thing I want is just for my grandparents to come. So they came down too, and she just had like a really like awesome time. And it was her day, even though there were multiple people performing. It was like it was her time. Something really cool they did in this too was they included all the mothers, and so because it was a very much like that section of the performance was like women as revolutionaries, and so they all came together, they're all dressed up, they did their performance on the stage, and they kind of do an activity with their daughters. And so it was a very like handing off moment in a way. And I think the symbolism was like sending them off to battle, and then all the women do like a big like revolutionary cheer. And so just to see the room sort of shift, and they're like surrounding us too in the environment, so it's like very immersive. It was just cool. It was like fucking amazing. So that was really like a good to great, because I've seen the hard work that she's put in, the practicing that she's done, the multiple costume changes, all that work to just like nail it. And she did 2 performances in one day, and she did an amazing job. So that really was my good to great. Um, hold on, Black Dog's over here tripping. Sorry about that. Punch her in the face. Hey,
I saw that.
I put myself on mute. They got
You
told
did
right
not. You thought you did, but you
now. Oh, I
didn't.
did mute. I hit the button. Whoops. Oh well.
Hit the
Anyways,
button again. Let's just see. Hold on. Hit the button.
let's see.
Talk.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Really? That's
No.
crazy. Because I can't hear
That
me in my
work.
headphones.
That's wild.
Wow,
I
that's
can
a
hear you.
trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, man, you can hear me talk shit when I'm like, fucking Delvin, man.
Yep. Exactly.
Thought I was on mute.
Better
Nope.
question.
Huh.
Check what microphone you are using in Streamlabs.
Probably using the wrong mic.
It probably is using his computer mic.
Yeah.
I don't know where to check. Man, I'll do that later. I don't know what to look
Oh,
for.
you just click the little arrow right there under about the microphone, baby. It's not that hard.
There's an arrow?
Yeah. There's an error.
What the fuck is he talking about?
You not see this little triangle next to the microphone icon?
No.
Okay,
Like
no,
if I hover over the microphone icon, it says mute, then there's an arrow, and then there's an A.
Yes, there's an arrow going up.
but I can't get to it. Like if I move my mouse, I don't see it.
I mean, we don't got to do it right now. I'm just telling you
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
that
We'll figure it out later.
maybe you're
You might be
using
right.
the wrong.
But you know what it does
microphone.
when I hit mute? It mutes my headphones.
Yeah, because your headphones are plugged into that microphone, right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So, but it's not muting this way. Let me see. Hold on.
God damn it.
I'm gonna beat you up. I swear to God.
You know what? I'm starting to finally realize, maybe former President Trump was right. Let's put him on back.
Wow.
Yeah, this is back to Santa Barbara. You go up the coast a little bit further.
Wow. Jeez, Delvin. Yipes.
Oh my God.
I can't believe it, man.
I know I hear him. Despise him.
I don't know. We'll figure this out later. Anyways.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I just want you to know, don't push that mute button thinking your ass muted because you not.
You are absolutely not muted.
Whoops. Anyways, all right. So T, what's your good to great?
My good to great is internet friends, and I say that because one of my dearest internet friends turned IRL friend came up and visited us in the land this over this weekend. I got to kick with the homegirl Nick Jew.
Oh, nice.
In person in my home. Which is why all that recording equipment set up, because we recorded Skim live with Nick Jew. So the Skim you get this week will be that.
Oh shit,
And,
that's amazing.
That's dope.
Yeah, super dope to kick with. I've met Nick Jew in person before. We went down to DC for it was a Sailor Moon musical that Japan was taking around the world to celebrate the what was then the upcoming Tokyo Olympics. And so, yeah, it really was. I want you to know something, bro. I am not a huge theater guy, but I enjoy a theater production from time to time. Sailor Moon live in a theater, as in like actors and actresses playing these roles, is insane. It was so good. And so my kid really wanted to go to it because at that time he's super into Sailor Moon, and so we got tickets and drove down to DC and kicked it and had a good time with that. And of course, that's where Nick lives. And so we linked up and had like just a meal together and so forth. And so I've met Nick in person before, but it was nice to have her come up here and kick it. And she took my kid to the Guardians game, so they went to go see a ball game and go watch the Guardians versus the Orioles and so forth. But that's folk, man. That's my people, and it was very dope to have her here again on the weekend of SummerSlam. Meaning my city was popping.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's so perfect weekend to come.
Yeah, sort of, kind of, and I super dug that, and I just got to like saying, Vanessa loves Nick, and my kids love Nick, and so forth. This is the first time, and Box got to meet her in person, so that was dope as well. And yeah, man, they came through. You know what I'm saying? Everybody came through. We sat around my table, this table behind me that you can look at if you were watching this video. And we made this week's Skim, and it was so dope. And like I said, Nick been on the show, so we don't at this point, it's just like when Charlie come on the show, when Delvin come on the show, it's like it's not they are not foreign to it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like we just basically do a standard show, which means it didn't go extra long or anything like that there. It's just like good to have her on. It's just like
we already know.
Just vibes, man.
That's nice.
And she had a good time, and the city seemed to impress her, and so I think that's pretty dope. And so she went around town and had a couple of meals around town and kicked it, and I love it, man. And like got to go to our Cleveland Art Museum. I'm not joking when I say it's one of the finest art museums in this country. And what makes it even doper, in most situations, she went on it was like a Friday night music DJ event, so like it cost her like $15, I think is what she said. Most of the time, our art museum is free. You just go into it, walk around, and I'm telling you right now, it's an amazing museum. And it's like where it's located at is gorgeous and so forth. It has this they call a lagoon out in front of it. It's really nice. And why I say that is because we went to Philly, and I'm like, oh, yo, this museum's dope by the Rocky statue. Let's go to this museum. It's like $20 to get there. I'm like, fuck you. I'm not paying you to go to your museum, dude. Almost all the museums in DC are free. The museums in Cleveland, free. Well, our main art museum is free, and then we got a couple other ones that I think are like, like, you know, I think like cost like donation level prices. You know what I'm saying? Like put a couple of dollars in this bucket so we can help support, you know, the sciences and the arts and shit.
Yeah.
And so when I go somewhere else and they trying to tax me, I'm like, what's that, man?
Yeah.
It's like y'all ain't got nobody donating to the arts around here, to the cause,
Like seriously.
to the culture. And so I just I think that's super dope. And then like in the midst of all this, like my best friend from high school came up to Cleveland. His dad lives like let's say an hour from me. And so he came up here and we kicked it. I got to give him a tour of the city, you know what I'm saying? Because his wife was like, yo, I've been up here like 3 times and I ain't never been in the city of Cleveland because their dad lived basically down there by Akron. And he goes, you trying to go kick it in Cleveland? I'm like, yeah, bro. He said nothing but a word. Let's go. Yeah. I'll give you a walk. I'll give you a walking tour of the city of Cleveland. Of course, I took him downtown where, of course, I used to work downtown so much. And I worked downtown for years, and I went to college downtown Cleveland for years, and so I know it, and I know it well. Even now that it's like it's changed a bit and whatever, it hasn't changed so much that I can't go here, and this was popping here. So it's just been dope, man. It's just been. I love friendship. You know, and I dig it. And like I said, we got to all link up, man. I'm telling you, we got to figure something out.
Yeah.
Meet somewhere in the middle and just bullshit. And like I said, record. I love making podcasts on the road. It's my shit. I have all kinds of road equipment and so forth. So it's just dope.
Yeah.
And
we might need to, for real, crack open a calendar and see what we can work out.
Getting there now.
Yeah, well,
yo, next year's a wild one for your boy. Vanessa turns 40.
Oh,
my kid turns 18. I turn 50. My homeboy, who I was just telling about, Justin, turns 50. Our other homeboy, Sean, turns 50. So we all hitting these numbers here in 2025. My kid graduates.
Yeah,
it's like next year is going to be a wild one for your boy. My family's trying. My mama's side of the family is trying to have a family reunion, and I'm like, my kid graduate right around then. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but. We're gonna make something happen. I'm telling y'all, we gotta just kick it. This is bullshit. We'll figure it out, man.
Yeah, because that's like similar for me too. Because so at the end of the year I'll be 49, and then next year I'll hit 50 as well, because we're both 1975 kicking it live, and then it'll be my son's senior year. He'll go junior year this year, senior year next year, so he'll be graduating, within the same year that I'm turning 50. So similar shit is happening.
It's popping, man. It's what it is. You know what I'm saying? You get old, but old in a good way. I'm like, whatever. Mm-hmm. Also, saying we'll have a new president. And
yep.
A new good president.
And not a recycled one.
Facts.
Yeah.
So not one that looks like a bottle of prune juice.
Yeah. So many problems. What about you, Delvin? What's your good to great, man?
I got a simple one.
All right.
Music to make you happy, man.
All right.
I was I wasn't in a bad mood, but I was like, Twitter is a fucking cesspool.
Oh yeah.
I was seeing some stuff that was like just blatant lies.
Yeah.
That's
real.
And I was like, I wanted to actually the lies, and every time I feel like actually lying, like, why are you lying? I feel like saying that sometimes. I'm like, you know what? Let me listen to some music that make me happy.
Yeah.
So I listen to old Madonna.
All right.
Because I love old Madonna.
We're talking like holiday era?
Yeah, holiday era, dress you up, Material Girl, that era. I'm like, yo, this because it's just happy ass music. Like you listen, like, oh yeah, it's just upbeat, cheery music you just can enjoy. Like I kind of just really dig that. Sometimes like I'm in a better mood.
Yeah,
because
they're definitely like they're up tempo beats. The music is like lyrically, it's a good time. Like all around, it's fun music. It's top down music, just like we're out here.
Yeah, like that type of music. Gloria Estefan is like that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Debbie Gibson, just stuff like that, just to brighten your day. Like sometimes, so I know people are like, oh, that's pop music. Like, no, sometimes you need that to just brighten you up, so you don't have to be all in misery. I don't need to listen to sad music all the goddamn time. Sometimes you gotta listen to something that's just gonna uplift you and just have fun with it. That you can sing along with and just enjoy. And I remember that era of Madonna very fondly because it was just upbeat, happy ass music.
Pop music, man. Fuck with it.
Yeah. because that was definitely an era of time. I mean, that's like we're coming off the heels of Michael Jackson's like shift in pop, and then you get Madonna coming in, fucking
Madonna was
Prince is
dope.
going off. You know what I mean? Like it's just that was a moment in time where it was like we had big artists, not just like big
Just
artists for one album.
just think about that. Madonna, Prince, and Michael Jackson all the same fucking era.
Hmm.
That's insane.
Yeah,
That is really like insane thing. Just like I guess that's like the Biggie, Jay Z, Nas, Tupac, in how they are in rap.
yeah.
It's like you don't have this many pop soul icons in just one era. But
Yeah.
that '80s, yo, they had some heat.
Because it's like I know we got a lot of big artists right now, and so it's this isn't like some old man shit type of thing, but it's like I I think this is where like I do get frustrated with like streaming services or the world of like the single, because it's like we're not like we're not soaking in artists like how we used to, where it was like you had to
Yeah,
buy the album and listen to it was like an investment. Whereas now it's like you stream something, because there's sometimes where I get like a melody stuck in my head and I'm like, what fucking song is that? Like, when was I listening to? Like, I'm hunting to try to find it. Whereas, like back in the day, I'd be like, oh, that's track 5 off of this album. You know, like I knew specifically where the sound came from. Whereas, like now, it turns and burns so quickly that I don't remember. Or it's like right now, you have like Chapel Roan and you have like Charlie XCX going off big.
yeah.
You know, they're saying Chapel Roan is the next Lady Gaga.
Chaperone is
Maybe.
dope.
Now that may be, but
Dope.
I can't I can't subscribe to longevity yet, because
Oh,
Yeah,
everybody is the next somebody else, and then we just
facts.
move on. We
Yeah.
move
yeah.
too quickly, and we're not allowing like I don't think we'll ever have another Foo Fighters. You know, like they're gonna I think they'll be the last of it because we don't have other bands like them. Or it's like the music is too disposable in the sense that it's like not to diminish the value of the music, but it's like it's Instagram music, it's TikTok music, and it's to be taken in bites and then we
Yeah.
move on. And we're moving too quickly past these artists who are really like investing some good time into their music and some good quality, and we're just like, that's a good song, and what's next? And that's a good song, and what's next? And I'm guilty of that too, because like I said, I devour fucking music like crazy, and then I forget what I was super into like last week.
Did I ever tell you my idea I had about trading cards?
Go on.
No.
About music trading cards?
Like the old
I thought it'd be
UMTV
pretty
Raps
cool.
cards?
Like we just had like music. Yes, like that. But like with just
Nice.
all genres of music. Like you buy a pack of trading cards, and let's just say you just buy. You can buy them in genre. Like you can buy like
Mhm.
here go the hip hop ones. Here are the R&B ones. Here's the soul ones. Here's the 160s, 70s.
Yeah.
And they have like each pack of trading cards have like different artists, and it has on the back of their career stats
Yeah.
based off the year
How
of the
many number
card that you
ones, how
get.
many
Like you put like
singles?
I needed like old
yeah,
Transformers box where you put a little piece of red plastic up and you can see their power
Oh
levels.
shit, yeah.
yeah,
That would be
yeah.
cool.
I think that was dope.
Yes.
Like you find like a Nas rookie card and it has like Illmatic and it tells you how well Illmatic did and why is it relevant. Or you find like a Madonna rookie card, it tells you about that album that she made to kind of put on the map.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be a really cool thing to have.
No, definitely. That would be like
You
super
probably
cool.
could do all that digitally now.
Hmm. I mean, you definitely could, but I think
Just
there's
have
still
people
something to
trade
be
them off.
said too in terms of like there's yes, there's people still playing Magic, still people playing Pokemon, and I think that there are niche card systems too where people are like getting like customized items as well. Like I could totally see I would be into that, like having those decks of cards.
Yeah, you can just trade off with your friends and stuff like that.
Hmm.
That when they first started this dumbass NFT thing,
Hmm.
that's not good. That
Yes.
would have been a cool thing to do with NFTs. Just
Mhm.
like these music trading cards, you could trade off with people and you have rare ones. Like, that'd have been pretty fun to do.
Yeah. Well, that's like I got it. Do you remember that? Fuck. What was that game called? Um, it was a card based game that you used your iPad and basically you mixed different songs. So like when you put the
Oh
card down, it would be
I
yeah.
like
remember that. The guys from who made Rock Band made that.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 Now that game was fun as hell because if you knew how to like one, it was a game with scoring points and things like that. So it was like a legitimate game. But you could also freestyle it too, where you would be like, oh, I'm gonna have the drum beat of Hollaback Girl, but the lyrics of this other song and the guitar riff of this. Like you could like really fucking mix and match. But they also had like exclusive cards, so like you can like some of them were like the holographic foil types of shits. And so it'd
Yeah.
be like, oh, but if you bought this game, you got a Transformers card in it or something else. And so I was like, fuck, man.
They had exclusive at PAX one year, and I was at that PAX, and people was like, "Hey, if you could grab me this card, grab me these cards." And this is like so funny. So I don't doubt if I dug around on all the stuff from PAX I've had over the years, I probably wouldn't. I probably have a card or two of that somewhere in my nonsense from over the
Mhm.
years. What a
Yeah,
time!
that game. Like I said, I still have it. I have the cards and the whole setup.
Yeah,
And it's just super fun. I haven't booted up in forever. But fuck, I can't even remember the name. Like, was it like Drop Mix or some shit like that?
yeah.
Something like
Yeah, it's a
that.
fun one.
That's why I want to. Music is why I want to find a good, solid Xbox 360 so I can hook up and play DJ Hero 2.
Hmm.
God, that game is so good. And
Sounds
I
like
got
a
it.
fun game.
I kept everything. I got the disc and I got the turntable that you need for it and so forth. But I need a good 360, a good working 360.
When
I
that you ain't
don't
gotta
have
wrap a
that.
towel around.
Right? Yeah, you have to
Exactly.
like set it sideways.
If I can find, I want like a mint in box, brand new in box 360, and I can't find one of those.
Wow, that'd be crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like of the last model they made to look more like the Xbox One.
Hmm.
That's what I want.
Yeah, there we go. The game I was talking about. Yeah, it's called Drop Mix.
See,
That
you knew
Drop mix.
you knew what was up.
yeah, that game is like super fun. I might have to pull it out and just like fuck around with it for a bit.
Yeah.
But now you know what? Now I need to look up these cards. I gotta get these exclusive packs. See what I can find along the way.
See?
Let's move forward with this since we've been talking about music. Um, well, no, we'll get into our music in a bit, but let's get into what you guys been playing, like video game wise.
I kind of jumped in on Fortnite when they added the Wolverine and Deadpool skins because I
Mhm.
had enough Fortnite currency just stacked that I just went ahead and copped out that pretty much sight unseen, and I love it. That Deadpool skin because it's like they're like cell shaded.
Mhm.
They got a real cool look to them. But I haven't played
That's
too much
cool.
Fortnite this whole season. I have not really been into Fortnite this go around. I'm like at level like 49 or something like that, and like it's just been whack. I didn't like this car season of Fortnite, so has not been
It's a
my
car season.
yeah. The main point of what you're doing is driving cars. I'm just like, y'all don't have good enough car controls from trying to make me drive cars. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Do they
It's
have
like,
good cars? Are they giving you good cars for it?
no, you have to buy good cars in Fortnite.
So
Although
what
I
are the
do have a
cars you can buy? Are they giving you
what's
like,
up?
hey, here's Knight Rider? Or some
No,
shit
but
like
it's
that?
like but the thing is you have to buy car models and they're very expensive.
Hmm.
So it's just like that's not how I play that game. That's not what I play that game for.
That seems
So
like a bad idea for a season.
it's like I think if you buy them in Fortnite, you can get them in Rocket League because they all own each other now.
Oh, to like transfer over.
Yeah, so I get it, but still, it's like nah, bro, that's not really for you. But I have still been working my way through Super Mario Thousand Year Door. Look, not an RPG man, never have been, but this game is so good,
Oh
y'all.
yeah, it
Good
really is.
story. It looks great on the Switch. You know what I'm saying? I know it's not people. Some people were complaining it's not 60 frames, and I'm like, I guess,
It don't
buddy.
need to be. It does not need to be.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't need to be photorealistic. That's a cartoony ass game. It's
It is right, but it has been like two or three stories in this game that are just like what? One of the
yeah.
characters is trans,
Mhm.
and it
Yep.
makes the point to explain it in a real nice way. One of the characters' wife died,
Mhm.
and they talk about it in a way that's like, yo, that's crazy, and it's like the game is better than it has any damn right to be.
No, it really
And
does.
I'm telling you right now, if you don't own it, for the Switch or GameCube for that matter, because we do live in a world where people buy games for different hardware. I would tell you, man, get down with that because it's very, very, very cool and it's a very good game.
Yeah, because going off what you're saying, like, same. I'm not like super huge like RPG, but this game has enough of like enough fightiness, action, like searching, like it does enough that it's not like you're just stuck like doing the same activity over and over. It's really balanced, like really, really well. And the
Yeah,
writing is good. The
yeah,
writing's good. And even like if there is like puzzly portions or like even the battles, they're not too frustrating. If you can understand the system, you can get through them. Some of them take a little more strategy than others, but that's a fun fucking game. I might have to replay it.
it's great. Get on
Yeah.
it.
How
That's
about
it.
you,
That's all.
Delvin?
That's all I've been playing.
You been doing any gaming, Delvin?
Not really. I played this game like for a little bit called World of Horror.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this you guys I talked about it a little bit on our PSXP last night. Do you guys remember the games like Deja Vu? The NES/PC game that you played?
No.
Like a first person tunnel kind of situation. You kind of would go down
Yes.
hallways. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's very much like that, but it's in a 1-bit format, like it's all black and white. And it's horror game that's done that way where you have to like I guess Shadowrun's a good example of it too. Like those old computer games you used to play where you like pick your options like run, flee,
Mm-hmm.
fight. It's in the vein of that, but it's a horror game like that. And it's really cool aesthetic. I talked about it enough on PSXP, but look up the game and just look at the art style. It's a really interesting art style to it. It's called Will of Horror. It's not that much.
Nice. Yeah, on my end, I've been playing heavy. Okay, so I finally picked up Spider-Man 2, and fuck, that's a lot of game. I was able to get it like on sale,
Yeah.
and so I think I got it for like $35, maybe something like that.
Nice.
Man, it definitely worth it at full price. Like there is so much to do in there, and it's all really because I was like, how's this gonna work out with the two characters? It flows nicely. The story, like the writing that's going on, they fucking killed it in this game. Like it's really, really good. Even some of the side missions, like I know going into it, they're just like, as the internet does, they're upset that there's like the mission with the deaf girl. Like, why does it got to be a woke game, and stuff like that? And it's like, no, it added to the immersion, like to the experience, and it also breaks the monotony too. After a while of just always swinging around and beating fools up, and then swinging around some more and beat more fools up. Just have this little moment of like absorbing the environment, seeing it from a different perspective, like doing a different task. It's a nice like palate cleanser for a second, and then you kind of get back in and you start whooping ass again. Done, So, been just playing the fuck out of that game, and for the amount of time I've put into it, and you know me, I'm always like I'm mainline in every game. I've done so much like side shit in this just because it's like the side quests have good stories as well. Like when you get what's his name, fucking Sandman or whatever.
Yeah,
When you get all of his statues and then you realize like what's going on with him personally, and you complete that quest, it's like, oh fuck,
That is cool.
okay, this is different. This has heart, this has compassion. Like that really was like, okay, it's when the villain becomes a human, and then you're just like, I ain't mad at you. I see why you were upset.
Man, I really tired out on that game, and I'm probably close to finishing in it.
Mhm.
But what it is I like platinum that type of game. I got
Mhm.
platinum for Spider-Man and Miles, and so I kind of want to. I'm like, man, I got to platinum this one, but at the same time, I'm like, man, I'm kind of tired of it now because it's so much of that. Like, oh my god, we got to go fight some more. Got to go beat some more shit up. I'm like, God, I beat up so much shit, man. My wrist starting to hurt, dog.
Right. No, true. Because I was I had to like really focus on just the main story,
Yeah.
because I was like, I started because I was doing so much side stuff, I was forgetting what the main story was, and I was like, oh, let me get back into this because I'm like, I'm forgetting the purpose of the game right now. Right now, I'm
Yeah.
just like, there's an icon, do the thing. There's an icon, do the thing. And now I have like all these open storylines, and I need to start closing some of them up.
Yes. That's exact.
Yeah.
Same. And so I think when I finish Mario, I'll go back to Spider Man and try to wrap Spider Man because Astrobot comes out next month, and I really
Oh
want to
shit!
jump on that.
Yeah,
Yes, it
I've already,
does.
like I said, that comes out
that's
like day before my birthday. It's already pre-ordered, so it should show up the day it comes out. That'll be good.
yeah. So that's been me playing Spider Man. I'm super stoked. I'm glad I finally got around to playing it. Yeah, just great game. What have you guys been watching? T.
The Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, straight up, and we kind of
Fully.
really went over that already. But I have not been watching
Yeah.
anything else. I mean, I finished the Acolyte, and it ended in a way that it was kind of a wet fart. And I was like, y'all seem to believe you're going to get another season, and so you ended in a way that was just like, come back next time. And I'm like, you can't do that with these streaming shows because you never know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like you got to have
That's
some
true.
definitive wrap ups in these motherfuckers, and they just didn't. And I'm like, well,
I
you must
really
know something I don't.
yeah, I really liked the Acolyte.
Mhm.
Like once I kind of got through, I was like, yeah, it's actually a really good show. I think it really makes you see the Jedi from a different perspective.
Yep.
Where it's like, damn, you guys are the ops, like for real. Like you know what, you guys are out here trying to be like, uh, we're here to save the world and be nice guys, but the reality is, you're kind of making the rules as you go. That's not cool. And then so seeing that from like a different lens really kind of shifts it, and it's like something I've always thought of is like it's like the enemy. Like we're looking at it from the Jedi, it's like yeah, they think they got the right fight, and it's like the Sith and all them, they're the enemy. But from the flip side, the Jedi's the enemy. It just
Mhm.
depends on what
Yep.
your sort of background and perspective is, and so to see these things sort of unfold, I really got into it. There were some components that I thought were like a little corny. Um, like in the end, the separation of the siblings, I was like, why? Like that still doesn't make sense to me. And then the character reveal at the end, I was like, you guys gotta cut this shit out, like, because then it devalued what was taking place.
Mhm.
Where it's
That
like I
makes
didn't need
sense.
that. It's kind of like when Boba Fett. It's like the story's moving along, and then they're like, and now it became the Mandalorian.
They, it's like they worry not the fans because all of the fans will fuck with it. They
Mhm.
worry that the people they're trying to get in or keep in need
Mhm.
something like that. It's a crutch,
Yeah,
and they got to shake it
Yes.
because
yeah.
if we are done with the Skywalker saga as we're supposed to be in the films,
Hmm.
just be done with it.
Yeah.
Don't
Mhm.
come around on that shit in the other the other guy dens. You know what I'm saying? We don't
Yeah.
need that.
Yeah.
No, let it be. Let it
That's
be.
why Ahsoka was. Well, I mean, but then Ahsoka had a bunch of fucking Skywalker in it too, but they had it in a different way. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't.
Yeah.
You know, it was.
See,
I
I
don't
got to go back to Ahsoka because Ahsoka hit when I was over these shows. Because remember, it took me a long time to watch Andor because I was like,
know.
you know what, this is too much, and
Yeah.
it's now getting redundant, very tropey. That's why I like the Acolyte because I was like, you guys are doing something different here. Really, really doing something different.
Ahsoka, uh, oddly enough, does require you to watch some stuff before it,
Mm-hmm.
but Disney will you can find the list.
Yeah,
You
because
just
there is a
Yeah.
thing where it's like, watch this before.
yeah, and I did that, and I was like, oh yeah, that really did help. I'm glad the internet came through for that one. But
Yeah.
Ahsoka is a very good show.
Mm.
Like,
It is.
yeah,
Yeah, I'll show it. I'll show it some love for sure.
yeah,
What about
for
you,
sure.
Delvin? What you watching?
I'm gonna watch a couple of things. I won't talk about everything here, but I'll talk about You know what? Because we talked about Deadpool and Wolverine. You know what I'll talk about? Let's talk about this Batman TV show. Do y'all know this new Batman TV show, cartoon show?
Yeah,
No.
on Amazon, my buddy just told me about the other day.
It's called Batman Cape Crusader,
Yeah,
and it's made by the creators of Batman the Animated Series.
No way.
Yeah, and I watched the first episode, and it's dope as hell. It has the same kind of feel as the original Batman animated series, just modernized. I think it's TV 14, so it's a
Mhm.
little bit more mature. They do some really interesting things with characters. It feels a little bit more grounded, much like the animated series. In terms of that, I kind of really dug the first episode a lot. I think it tells a really good mob story, and Batman plays a really cool role in it. And it's
Nice. Yeah, I meant to check
I
that out
really
because I mean
dig
the animated series is a classic. It's a blueprint type show.
arguably the best cartoon show of all time.
Mhm.
You can make that argument. And you make a really good argument. I think this, so far after watching the first, I'm like, oh yeah, this has that same feel to it. It has the same kind of art style to it. They modernize it for us. It doesn't look like the Batman from the animated series, but it's kind of like, okay, I can see how you can make this kind of jump to this kind of character art and stuff like that. They've changed some things to make it very distinctively different from the animated series. I don't want to spoil too many things about it, but a couple of things I really dig. One thing I will say, they did something with a villain that was so simple and smart, and all they did was just change one aspect about the villain, and it made the villain that much more compelling to me. And I won't spoil it for people, but they just kind of flipped one little tick on this villain. It's a reimagining of a villain that I always thought was okay, in Batman series in general, like whether it's the animated series or TVs or movies. But they changed one little aspect of this villain in this world, and the way they did it made this villain that much more interesting. And I kind of really dug it. This first episode was really good. I'm super excited to watch the rest, but yeah, it's great. Don't want to spoil too much about it. Great show.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely want to check this out. That sounds really good.
Oh, you know what's back? And I don't know if people know it's back. 'Cause I feel like they've been too quiet about it. Uh, My Adventures with Superman on a Max.
Oh, I never watched it.
Oh, it's very good. And season
I've
2 is
only
out.
watched one episode.
Yeah, and it's like I said, I dig that show. And then season 2 is out. And of course, you never know. So if you get down, check out My Adventures with Superman. It's a very cool show.
Did either one of you ever watch the second season or whatever the last season was of the Harley Quinn?
Yeah, I think I'm all caught up on Harley Quinn. No, I don't think I finished season 4, but they announced season 5 at Comic Con. So
because that's a show. Just hearing you mention that, I was like, oh, that's right. Whatever the last season was of Harley Quinn, I never watched it. I was like, I gotta fucking go back because that show was good.
Kite Man has a series now too. He has
No way.
A spinoff. Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
I did
shit.
see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta check it out. Yeah, on my end, I would finished up another season of Drag Race. This time it was the All Stars, and then been watching 2 new shows. One is Sunny. Both of these are on Apple TV. Sunny is Rashida Jones. She's living in Japan. Her son, and this doesn't spoil it because that's just like the intro to the show. Her son and her husband allegedly die in a plane crash, and now she has this like robot assistant, and she's really learning that her husband isn't the man that she thought he was, and so she's kind of uncovering what happened. It's a good show. It's a little bit of like a murder mystery-ish type of thing, more in the dark humor realm, but it's well done. Like I'm really enjoying it, and I don't know if I was telling T about this. I think maybe last time we talked, we was like, or maybe I told someone else. It's like it exists in the Kill Bill like world, like it feels like that, but just if it was like an offshoot story, like it could definitely like tie into it in a way, just in a weird way. And then one show that I highly like, people need to be watching this show just for the writing and the drama is Lady in the Lake. It's a Natalie Portman. She's kind of basically she's having a moment in her life where everything's are kind of falling apart. She's kind of questioning like her relationships and things like that. And now she wants to go back to into writing, and she's solving this like mystery of this girl who got kidnapped and all these other things that are happening in this like environment around her. I'm not doing it justice in the description. because I'm also trying to tiptoe around like not fucking up the story, but it's like fuck, it is so good. Like that's a show like don't sleep on it. Watch Lady in the Lake. That show is, especially if you're watching now, you'll be able to binge watch it because the way that they cliffhanger on the end, it's like motherfucker. Like you see someone with like some broken legs, and you're like, oh shit, he got hurt. Next week, and you're like, what happens? Like what? How? So this fucking show is so good, so good. So I recommend watching that. And finally got around to watching Quiet Place Part Two, just because the third one, the prequel one, had come out. So I was like, I'm gonna watch the second one. And it's a good movie. Those movies are fun because they're just they're tense in a different way. You know, you can't be out here yelling in these streets. Like you gotta keep quiet or you're about to get ate. So it's a good one. But that's kind of what I've been watching. Um, as we kind of bring things around town, what you guys been spending, Delvin?
Um, no, just not much really. I've been listening to the Nori vinyl. Of course, I got that one, the Super Thug joint. I got
Oh, you did? You got Super Thug?
yeah, the
Nice.
first Nori album. It's really good.
What? Right. It's like it's like that's one of the ones that's like that song. Yeah, that'll get the party started.
Mhm.
I ordered a vinyl of the new LL album that's coming out.
Okay.
Comes out in September. Yeah.
Yeah, so I can't wait to get that in the mail.
Yeah, I didn't know that was Q-Tip produced.
All Q-Tip producer. That's all Queens in the house. I'm
Yeah.
very excited about that, man.
I am too, and the songs I've heard so far have been really good.
Yeah.
And I watched the I listened to the interview of him on Shannon Sharp's show, and it's really good interview.
Excellent.
I really dig the LL still. I think people don't give LL the credit he deserves.
He's been
long as
acting
he
for
can-
so long that I think people are like, oh yeah. Same thing happened with Will Smith recently. People don't know that Will Smith was once upon a time the Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
And so they don't realize, he was rapping before he was doing anything. And so,
pretty big at it.
real good at it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
How funny.
How about you two?
Oh shit, yo! I got a couple. I'm gonna pull out and show you guys, but I want that Gambino, whose name just keeps forgetting, just trying to not stick in my brain. Bando Stone in the New World, the new Childish Gambino record album, so good.
Yeah.
And I saw a TikTok where dude was complaining like, Childish Gambino, of course he good, man. He got Ludwig Göransson. That's a cheat code. He's an Oscar winner. I'm like, bruh, Ludwig been with him since day one. They was doing music back when Ludwig wasn't Ludwig. Before Ludwig became that, he was Childish Gambino's producer. And it's weird that you don't know that.
Yeah.
Where you think he came from. But that album is amazing. It's not a lot of rapping on it. A couple times he raps, but of course when he do rap, it's so fucking good. He can rap his fucking ass off. But it's most just singing. But the musicality of it is so good, and it sounds so good. Like that album is mixed in a way that's just like, hell yeah, they came through on this one, man.
It's done really, really well. Like as much as I want more rapping Childish Gambino, because I love the flow, I love the stuff he says. Yeah. Like you said, the production on this is fucking clean. And then just in the first single, like Lithonia, like when that was a fucking curveball nobody was expecting. Where he was like, I'm gonna own this genre right quick. Like just wait. And that song goes off. I played the shit out of that song. Like insane.
It's getting, oddly enough, it's getting some burn on TikTok now. Which I'm just like, that's so goofy. But hey, and I have a couple records that have arrived recently. That is, of course, Vince Staples' Dark Times, which is the black cover. You can kind of see it might be a little whatever on there. But very happy about that. And I told you about this song last month, and then the vinyl arrived. And so it is the Foreign Exchange, celebrating 20 years of the Foreign Exchange with the Gray and Couldn't Love You More. And it comes on this lovely little pearlescent silverish vinyl that is on the deck over there, so I can't show it to you. But I got those both in. Fonte announced today, dropping at midnight tonight, his his next EP, Pacific. What is it called? Pacific something. Two Pacific, whatever it is, two, and he actually had some limited, super limited release of vinyl. He had your test pressing, 100 copies of Orange, and like maybe 200 copies on Black. So like super duper tight, tiny release. But if you got to it, congrats, man. I really wanted to get that orange vinyl, and I did not. Pacific Time 2 was the name of it. Drops at midnight tonight. And I'm gonna be real with you, man. If I could, I'm gonna throw you this image in the chat so you guys can see it, man. I might, when it's all said and done, end up getting this from a reseller, and I know it. But look at this, like it's got like a orange creamsicle color to it, bro. And I really am sad I couldn't get it.
Oh, why is it short for me?
Yeah, same. It's giving me like this page can't be found.
Blue Earns. I wonder if I can. Can
They don't even want us looking at it.
Here, I'm gonna do my quick little. Just share my screen. Did it pop up?
Yeah, let's
Yeah, I
see.
see it.
Show on stream. Oh
There it
yeah,
is.
that's nice. That's really nice.
That is dope. That's really dope.
Yeah.
So I again couldn't get it, but it's okay.
But I might be getting it. But I might be getting it.
Yeah. I'm not tripping too much off of it. So, and yeah, that comes out midnight tonight. I have no. That's my man, Fonte. I ain't heard a song off this shit. But guess what?
I'm getting it.
I would buy it in seconds because that's my
Yeah.
that's my guy right there, man. So, work to Fonte Coleman and Foreign Exchange and all that stuff, man. But I finally, and it's taken now what is this 3 months now? I'm starting to ease off the not like us pedal. But hold up, if I'm playing and it come on all the way through, it get all the burn. So not like us still get played.
Yeah.
Song of the summer. They play it every time the United States wins against Canada in anything. People was like, man,
That's funny.
Drake and LeBron really ain't friends no more, are they? And I'm like,
Right.
sure.
A lot of people broke up with him. Yeah, that was a definitive, like, listen, here's the line. What size you on?
Tell me about this Eminem album, Chalky, man.
Okay, yeah. So, have you guys listened to the Eminem album?
No.
I did.
Okay. Listening to it, it sounds like an Eminem album. Like, so it
Yes.
doesn't sound terrible. Like, the production's good on it. But it comes off, in my opinion, very, very old alt-righty. Like, I get frustrated with the same. Like, how many times you can tell me you got canceled? When you literally fucking put out an album, you're not canceled. Like, you're just not. I'm sorry. Or you're trying to. It's that finger pointing, that like you're snowflakes, like type of dialogue. That's just like, listen, man. Like, at one point you were a great lyricist, and you're just saying the same shit over and over. Like, I don't understand what you're upset about. Like, because people are gay. Like, that's a problem. Because like people have different opinions than you. That's a problem. Like it almost feels like he's doing multiple versions of his Kim song, just insert different name. Where it's just like it's not good. It's just not good. It's not authentic. It's not original. It's just like, this is what gets people angry. And it's like, listen, man, like, you're older than me. Like, you got to ease up on the angst. Like, because now it just looks like, what is it? Hello, fellow youths. Like, you look like the creepy guy in the parking lot, still trying to like go hard in the paint, man. You don't. Like, just, there's so many other things you can say and do, and to like chime into certain things too, where it's like, this ain't your conversation, man. Like, you got to read the room. This isn't it. and like I said, it comes out very alt-righty, very Trumpy. I'm like, I am with this fucking album. This album sucks, like real bad. And it's just like you're just upset over things that you don't need to be upset about. Like I said, that's not your lane. Like so many other shit to do. But like I don't know. It's not a good album. Like I say listen to it. I tried and I listened to it multiple times because I was like, you know what? Like it's selling well. Like people are streaming the shit out of it. Like it got a lot of play. So I was like, let me see what this was going on here. And I gave it about three like good listens, and I was like, this album's fucking garbage. Like super garbage. But if you are like one of those people that's like, I stopped listening to music in like 2000, yeah, this album's for you. For sure. What were you gonna say, Dylan?
I don't hate it, but I see where Chalfie's going. I think it's a concept album, and the whole concept of it is Eminem's killing. Well, Marshall Mathers is killing away Slim Shady,
Mm-hmm.
and because of that, and this is where it kind of like flounders for me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the stuff feels a little outdated, like the
Yes.
jokes and stuff like that, and the punchlines and stuff feel outdated, and it almost feels at points it feels like he's using that excuse to say fucked up shit.
Yes. Yeah, that's
But
exactly what I'm saying. Because it's like, did we need is the character Slim Shady still relevant today that we needed a Death of Slim Shady album? No.
I think it is, but because people have been asking for that old Eminem, and
You know
then
who
when
asked
you
for
hear,
that? I feel like who the people requesting that is like frat boys.
Right.
I don't
Yeah,
think hip hop heads want that from Eminem. We just want this motherfucker rapping his ass off. And
Mhm.
it's weird. He's in a weird place because there's his audience. There's a part of his audience that wants that Eminem, that Slim Shady, old Eminem from the '90s and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And then there's a part of the audience is like, we want the rappity rap Eminem, and they clash at times.
Yeah.
I like Rap God Eminem, but I also see people who don't like Rap God Eminem like this shit's trash. We don't want to hear him lyrical miracle and us. I'm like, nah, I kind of dig that. I kind of dig Eminem when he's just rapping like
Yeah.
EPMD 2. I really love that song. Like, it's really
Yeah.
dope.
Because
Eminem, Nas.
he can truly throw down. Like he really when he is spitting, he is spitting. But it's like to kind of go off T's point, it's like right now, Limp Bizkit is having an amazingly successful tour and resurgence in their career. Because there's also that sort of aspect I've know I mentioned like episodes back, like as Gen Xers, like we got money now. We can go to shows. Like we could do
Yeah.
the things we couldn't afford to do before. So when we couldn't go, to Lollapalooza or whatever tour before to see Limp Bizkit, we could do it now. And so it's like if we had, let's say, a co-headlining tour that was like Eminem and Limp Bizkit, that shit would be colossal because
Yeah, it
it's
would
that
be.
specific group of people who want to relive the best years in their lives. But for me, like, I don't know if I've seen the best years because
Yeah.
there's always something new to appreciate. I'm always kind of trying to look forward, than not getting stuck backwards.
I
But that's
think
just me.
we're in a weird era now with older rappers at least,
Hmm.
where people have seen what Nas did
Hmm.
and they feel like I can do that. No, not everybody can do that. Not everybody can put out the quality and the caliber of what Nas did, putting out 6 albums and all of them be considered like hits and critically acclaimed
Hmm.
and getting Grammy nominations and stuff like that. At the age of 50, that's Nas. Not many people can do that, and I think people are
Yeah.
starting to feel like, well, I can still do what I did back then now, and people will still love it the same way. Some people will, but I don't think it's gonna get to like. I think that I bring that up because of the death of Marshall Mathers. I think I've seen people say the same thing about that. Like, this is not it.
Yeah.
Some people, I see people like some people like it. A lot of people don't. It's
Yeah.
just one of those things where not everybody can do that, and that's because not everybody learned how to progress their music with their audience and grow. That's one
Yeah.
thing I can say about Nas's albums. He grew with his audience, and he was smart enough to get people who younger generations liked as well to make it feel modern for them. Like he pulled Hit Boy up,
Yeah.
so Hit Boy kind of made the music modern, and then he would get artists who also younger generations kind of relate to as well. So it kind of made it work.
Yeah.
Whereas this Def
And
Slim Shady doesn't feel like that.
no, it definitely feels like, even with the beat choices as well, feel like, you know what it does feel like? It feels like this is a B-sides album. He went to the vault and was like, "Oh shit, we never released these songs. Fuck it, let's put them out." You know,
Kind
and
of
so
does.
even the beats too, like they feel dated as well. Like I get he's trying to capture a older moment in time, but I don't know, it don't
Can
work because
Can I be honest?
yeah,
Eminem's not a good beat maker.
no, no,
Yeah, he's not. I know people like Eminem's beats, but I'd rather hear Eminem on Dre produced stuff or
yeah,
somebody else, Alchemist
Somebody
maybe.
else.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like
somebody
he
else,
like out he's Alchemist is his road DJ. Why is
hmm,
not Alchemist producing his songs?
yeah. I mean,
Like
seriously, like,
Alchemist is his DJ.
and especially like, which one did he do Meet the Grams? Which one was Alchemist?
He was Meet the Girl.
I think
Yeah.
it was Meet the
Okay,
Grams, yeah.
imagine Eminem on that beat. That shit would
Yeah,
be crazy.
it
You
would
know,
be.
it's a darker tone, and that's the sort of angle. Like, do that. It's not trying to be Playboy Cardi. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he's not trying to go super young, but it's enough of a modern beat that still has a little sinister behind it. Like,
Yeah.
that would have went hard, but I don't
Stop
know.
doing these circus ass beats.
Yeah. So it just gives us,
Nah, fam, stop.
yeah. It's
Come
like, I
on.
don't want to hear I'm the Slim Shady, the real Slim Shady. Like, we already did that. We did it, man.
Yeah.
Like, So and then in this like sort of same world, um, it's like, if I want to hear the good shit, then I'll go back in. Like, for example, I have been listening to a ton of Smashing Pumpkins, and have been listening to a ton of Sonic Youth, um, just like groups I liked back in the day, and so just really really enjoying that music, and not longing for a new version of those albums, but just like, Schizophrenia is a fantastic song. Like, going back into all these other ones to be like, these shits are fucking amazing. These are really really good. So I've kind of just been tapping back into the old library. But yeah, that Eminem one, man, that's a hot fart. No, thank you. Like, that lingered a little too long. So, anyways, with that, let's kind of shut it down for the night. I'm tired of getting bit up by mosquitoes, so I'm out here in the garage. Also, Gavin just got home, so he's about to make all kinds of noise back here, trying to be skating while I'm out here. Oh, we
That
also
makes
went
sense.
skating over the weekend. I feel like I ate shit so hard. I got a big old cramp in my calf. Fucking did the splits on the skateboard. I got
Yeah.
fucked up, but it was fun. We ate chopped cheeses after. It was a good time. I'll tell
Nice.
that story next time. So, with that, we got T, we got Delvin. I'm Chalvy. We are out of here. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.